Welcome back to CBSN. The news that came in to our newsroom just a couple of hours ago that the FBI is continuing their investigation into Hillary Clinton's private email server. A letter by the director of the FBI, James Comey, sent to members of Congress that there is new information or pertinent information that they are looking at right now. I'm going to get straight to Congressman Jerry Connolly from Virginia. He is on that House Oversight Committee that grilled Secretary Clinton for 11 hours over the summer. He joins me now. Sir, first of all, what do you make of Director Comey's letter? A lot of people are wondering about the language that he's using in this letter that he has sent out to members of Congress. Specifically, he says, quote, in connection with an unrelated case. What do you make of that?
You know, I'm not sure any of us know what to make about that. It's rather vague language. And that's why I think, you know, we all need to pause and take a big, deep breath here. This may not be anything. He may be simply pursuing evidence to its final conclusion, as he did previously. What the unrelated matter was, we don't know. And what new information he has come across, we also don't know. And so, you know, the gravity of this matter is really the timing. And I think that's outrageous. I think it's outrageous for the FBI 11 days before a national federal election would suddenly send this letter to Republican chairmen in the House and Senate. I just think, I think that's just most imprudent.
Congressman, we should point out to our viewers that you are a Democrat from Virginia. And I wonder, sir, in the days and weeks after Director Comey made the recommendation that Hillary Clinton should not be prosecuted, Democrats and the Clinton campaign said that Director Comey was unimpeachable. And then obviously, clearly, they supported that decision. Are you now saying, sir, that you believe that he's somehow engaging in partisan politics?
I don't know. When I questioned him under oath, I asked him specifically if he was a Republican, and he admitted he had been. I also asked him under oath whether Secretary Clinton had lied, deceived, evaded, or withheld pertinent information, and the answer to all of those questions under oath was no. So I respect Director Comey, but I don't respect this way of apparently reopening some part of the investigation 11 days before a national election. He has to know that has an impact or could have an impact. Generally, directions to U.S. attorneys and to prosecutors is to avoid precisely the appearance of this kind of interference in the national election. All
right, Congressman, let me just share this with you. And you may know this, you may not know this, sir, but CBS News can now confirm that these emails, as were initially reported by Jeff Pegues when he told us an hour or two ago that this was not related to her specifically, we can now say that this is an investigation into Anthony Weiner. The FBI, according to the New York Times, seized electronic devices belonging to the former congressman and to his wife, Huma Abedin, who our viewers may or may not know is a senior advisor aide to Hillary Clinton. Are you at all familiar with the investigation that the FBI is conducting into Anthony Weiner's alleged sexting of a 15-year-old girl?
I have no knowledge of that other than what I've read in the press, but it sounds like what you just reported would suggest that actually this is not reopening the investigation into Hillary Clinton herself. This is an investigation involving Anthony Weiner.
So, sir, so help our viewers understand, who may not understand the workings of Washington and the federal government. A letter like this sent to your committee and other members of Congress. Certainly, the breaking news was that this is related to Hillary Clinton, and this is related to her transparency, her accountability to the American people. And now reports are that this may, in fact, be related to a completely different case, which we should point out that Director Comey stated in his letter. He says it is in connection with an unrelated case.
Unrelated case, that's right.
Right.
And I think that both the media and a number of Republicans engaged in wishful thinking rushed to a judgment that may yet turn out to be unjustified.
Okay, and so let me ask you this then. If this is something it turns out to be related to Anthony Weiner, should Hillary Clinton address the fact that this investigation is still ongoing. I think there are a lot of people in her campaign who, as our senior political editor Steve Shigaris pointed out earlier, were sort of high-fiving each other after the director recommended that she not be charged, but that this is still out there, and this is still something that she has to wrestle with. This is still a challenge for her, and for people who may still be on the fence. Should she come out and just address these issues? I know they're going to say that, that perhaps she already has, but this is 11 days until the election.
Honestly, I think this, the whole email issue is a tempest in the teapot. I don't think most voters care what server somebody used and what they did with their emails unless a crime was committed. And I think, frankly, the faux equivalence that the media has created between this, the email issue, and the unbelievable degradation and depredation coming out of Donald Trump's mouth with respect to racism, misogyny, business practices, junking a foreign policy of the last half century, like their equivalent, to me is silly, and I think does not escape the attention of most thoughtful voters. And I think most voters have made up their mind one way or the other about this issue. And I don't think this latest letter is going to change that dynamic.
Congressman Donald Trump earlier today said this investigation into Hillary Clinton's email server, the actions taken by Secretary Clinton are on the level of Watergate. Your reaction?
Absurd. Along with, a string of, scores of other absurdities coming out of Donald Trump's mouth. I think it was a matter of judgment. And I think it's not much more than that. And I think, frankly, to try to make more out of that is, as I said, wishful thinking and whistling past the graveyard this close to the election by Donald Trump and his supporters.
All right, Congressman Jerry Connolly of Virginia, Democrat, also a member of the Committee on Oversight and Government Reform, the committee that has been investigating Hillary Clinton's use of a private email server. Sir, we thank you very much for your insight.
My great pleasure.